What's going on, guys? So, first off, this video is for you, or not this video, but the next video probably will be for you guys because we just hit 200 freaking subscribers, and that is a pretty good stepping stone. We're still in our first year of No Grip on Live's YouTube channel, and we just hit 200. So I'm hoping to get to 300 by the end of the year, and maybe 1,000 by next year. That'd be dope. But no, seriously, just for you guys, hit the like button for yourself because you guys rock. So now to start out this video, we got more parts than I can handle right now. I got so much shit to do and so much shit to put on this damn car, I can't even. So let's get started. I'm gonna show you some new parts, brand new parts, just came out on the market by Response Type. You can go find their stuff at responsetype.com. I will add them in the description. They actually make an S13 conversion or coilover conversion kit. They don't sell the coilovers, but they sell the adapters. I'll show those to you right now. Here's the adapters. So the coilovers will then be able to bolt on just like they do on the S13. Essentially what happens is you'll cut it just like you would cut it before, or cut the strut tubes just like you would before, but then rather than welding the bottom of the coilover tube onto the strut tube, you'll slide these inside the existing strut tube and then weld across here, because these are steel, so you will have to paint these so they don't rust. And then the coilover will mount just like this. If you go Google, actually I'll go ahead and post a picture right here of what coilovers for the S13 look like and how they mount up. And then so the bottom brackets will just mount directly to these, and which is super dope. Also, fresh on the market, designed by my old tie rods that I had when I did the cut video, where I cut here and here. Yeah, these pieces, they are just like Techno Toy Tunings, or they're not just like it, they are different. But these are a roll center adjustment. So what they'll do is they'll make, sorry, I know it's black and it's hard to see, but it'll essentially lower your control arms and your outer tie rods, so this way it eliminates bump steer on lowered cars. You're not going to need it so much on regular size or regular ride height cars, but on lowered cars, these are a must. I will tell you, with the BC Raising coilovers, and not that it's the coilover's fault, but the fact that I lowered the car and changed the geometry of the tie rods, these are needed. Okay, moving on to the next thing. I was talking about power steering. I now have a Mishimoto power steering reservoir. Now I still have to do the dash, or in all the gauges, so I still have to do that. I still have the wiring harness for the inside of the dash to do. Now, also, brand new radiator from Mishimoto. I know it's going to be upside down, suck it up. But I got that. Electronic fan with fan shroud. Let me think if I can think of anything else, but I think that's it. Also, shout out to Hoover because they make a great vacuum cleaner. But, alright, so let's get busy installing these, because these are bolt on, so they'll be pretty quick to install. First things first, this is the current fitment. The offset that it will add at the lower control arm will be 20 millimeters. Now, that does not mean it will be 20 millimeters at the top of the wheel, due to the camber that it adds, which will be approximately 2 degrees. Before we get started, always remember, put your jack, do not use your jack as a main mounting source. Remember, always use jack stands because your jack can fail. Alright, let's get started. Very vital step. Always remember to turn on your favorite music before you start working. Pro tip. We have the car jacked up. Jack is off the ground. And the car is on stand. So internet can't sue me. So next up, we're going to take the wheel off. Use your trusty whatever you use. I use an impact because it's extremely quick. crazy easy this is going to be. So the spacers will literally go in between here. All you have to do is take these bolts out, pop it down, and then put the spacer in, bolt the spacer to up here, then bolt the spacer down here, and you're good to go. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. This is a job you'll have to do both sides at the same time. Every step you do will have to be the same step right after the other, because the sway bar. If you don't drop the lower control arm on both sides, you're never going to get the lower control arm low enough in order to mount the spacer in between. Due to the sway bar doesn't allow you to do this. It's meant to do this and then keep rigidity with equal sides. Unless you don't have a sway bar in the front, which I didn't run a sway bar in my Jeep for a long time. So, I mean, and a lot of drifters don't run front sway bars. So if that's you, don't even worry about it. You can do them one at a time. But if you have a sway bar, each side, same time. Cool. All right, so that being said, I can now fit a spacer in there. Now it's going to be a tight fit, but also, as you can see in here, you might have some rust around this edge. This is a tight fit both in the top and the bottom. Make sure you take a wire brush or a wire wheel or whatever works. If you have to, take a chisel and, not chisel, but you know what I mean. Clean those edges up so this way the spacer fits nice and tight. But the spacer is just going to go in between these and then mount up to each side. So let's get it mounted up and I'll show you guys the finished product. Here we go. It's complete. Black bolts, little Allen head bolts go in here. Then your hex bolts go here. And boom! Brings this out 20 millimeters and adds about 2 degrees of angle or camber angle. And that's about where we're at right now. So yeah. I'm going to go finish up the other side right now, and then we'll put it on the ground and see how it looks. And remember, if you guys have any questions on this product, let me know. I know the distributor. I will get a hold of him for you, or send him an email yourself. The link's in the description. Go check out his website. He's got all sorts of cool shit. Alright, so let me go finish up the other side, and we'll put it on the ground and see how it looks. I'm finished with the one side, like I already told you. But my impatient ass didn't go to Fastenal tomorrow, get a new tap set so I can tap out my old bolt holes, because I just tried to install this bolt and tore the threads all to hell. And this bolt is now unusable. So I have to get a new one of these because it is a Allen head and I don't have an Allen head. And then I have to get a tap the same size as this to clean the holes out, because it's both the holes on the driver's side. So what I've done for you guys is I've jacked up the wheel to show you the difference in fitment. Now I will be showing a picture side by side for about 15 seconds or so, I don't fucking know. But this is the end result with the RCAs. See, there's obviously more poke, and that's just from the added offset. And then the camber is also another 2 degrees, which I was already at about 4, I believe. Now I'm probably at about 6 or 7, depending, because it all depends on how low you go. The lower you go, the more camber you'll get. And like I said, all this does is, yes, it adds some offset to it, but the main purpose of these is to eliminate bump steer. So, in true fashion of No Grip on Life, one thing has to go wrong in every video. Whether the bolt's stripped, the bolt's broke, the part that we got isn't the right size, we ran out of welding gas. One of those things is gonna happen every single time. It just makes it that much more interesting for you guys. So we're gonna end this video here. Don't forget to check out Response Type. Sorry, drew a blank. But responsetype.com. They have all sorts of different shit. They have stuff for 300ZXs. They have stuff for other makes and models. I haven't really searched their website. I just looked for the 280ZX stuff, and the dude was like, hey, I'll make them for you if you send these parts over. So, awesome sauce. Now, I'm going to go to bed because I also worked a 12-hour shift today. So, stay sideways, guys, and take it easy.